One of the most asked questions by beginners to me is, what fabric do I use to start with tambour embroidery? There is a simple answer to it. Use silk organza. Why, you might ask? The first reason is because it's transparent. I have an example here. Here's a frame and I have fabric in it, and it is flat, really well. It has a good tension. You can see my hands through the fabric. This is before the fabric and this is behind. So it is transparent, it is smooth and beautiful, but it still has quite an open structure. So you can take out your needle with the hook quite easy. Not at the beginning, but once you start to get the feel of it, it becomes really doable. Then why use the silk and not the polyester, you might ask? The polyester is so much cheaper and easier to get. Yes, that's true. It's easier to get and it's cheaper. But at the moment you start dressing the frame with polyester, the fabric starts getting distorted. And once you start with the tambour needle, oh, the game is over. It becomes a mess. So I really don't recommend polyester organza. Then you might ask, why don't I use tulle? Tulle is the really beautiful haute couture fabric. Yes, it is beautiful haute couture fabric, and it is an amazing fabric to work with, but not for a beginner, because the holes in the fabric are quite large. The threads will go to the easiest place and you won't get beautiful lines. So it is not easy to work with. It is doable, yes, but you need more technique and more knowledge to do it in a beautiful way. So don't start with tulle. Don't make it too complicated for yourself. And then you might ask, isn't a fabric like this okay to use? Yes, it is. It is a beautiful fabric and you can do tambour in almost any fabric, but not for a beginner, because it's not see-through. And you really want to see what your both hands are doing to learn the technique. And then once it becomes your muscle memory and it becomes integrated in who you are and what you do, then you can start experimenting with all kinds of fabric. But really, 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 I advise you to start with silk organza. It is worth the money 100 times, yes? So, and you don't need a huge piece of fabric. You can start with a small piece, that's fine. So I have some examples to show you what I have done on silk organza and how versatile it still is, because you don't always see that it is silk organza. For example, this embroidered face mask, as you can see, it has sequins and raffia and beautiful things, but it is the silk organza. You see it see-through, but because you do another fabric underneath, you won't see it's silk organza. So this is one example. Another example is this shoe. It has been embroidered flat on the frame on silk organza, and because there is black leather underneath, you don't see the silk organza anymore. Another example is this knitted beanie, and the embroidery has been done on silk organza and then cut out and added on the beanie as a application. There is a really beautiful point about that, because the application can be removed to clean the hat and then be sewn on again after cleaning, which is a great plus. As you might understand, this type of embroidery is not suitable for a washing machine. So it might be even an advantage to use it, to add it like an application. The last example I would like to show you is a small clutch, like this one, embroidered on silk organza as well. So you can do a lot of things with silk organza. You don't have to see it as the see-through dress. It can be backed with another fabric and you won't see the actual silk organza anymore. I hope this inspires you to create your first beautiful embroidered embellishments, and you will share some pictures with me. I'm really excited to see what you are doing. Bye for now.